There's a battle happening every single day. Not on a battlefield. Not in a courtroom. Not in a company. It happens inside the human mind. A university student smiles in class, but every night wonders if life has any meaning. A young employee gets promoted, yet feels like a fraud who will eventually be exposed. A mother cares for everyone around her, but quietly believes she has failed herself. An elderly man spends years thinking his best days are over. From the outside, they look fine. Inside, they are carrying invisible weight. Sometimes that weight grows into hopelessness, loneliness, or depression. Depression can make even small tasks feel overwhelming, and it often convinces people that nothing will ever improve. Those thoughts feel real, but they are symptoms, not facts. Today's story is about learning to recognize those lies and slowly rebuilding self-belief, one step at a time. Introduction. The greatest prison isn't made of iron bars. It's made of thoughts like, I'm not enough. Nothing will change. Everyone else is doing better than me. These thoughts don't appear overnight. They grow quietly. One disappointment. One rejection. One painful memory. Eventually, your mind begins to accept them as truth. But your thoughts are not always reality. The first step toward healing is recognizing that your inner voice can be challenged. The invisible backpack. Imagine every painful experience becoming a stone. A teacher says you're not smart. Another stone. You fail an exam. Another stone. Someone laughs at your dream. Another stone. Years later, you're carrying a backpack so heavy that you forget what it feels like to walk freely. Many people think they are weak. In reality, they have simply been carrying too much for too long. A college student named Ravi moved away from home to study. He struggled with classes and felt isolated. Each poor grade made him believe he was disappointing everyone. He stopped talking to friends. He stopped playing sports. He stayed in his room more and more. One professor noticed the change and encouraged him to visit the campus counseling center and to study with a small group instead of alone. It didn't solve everything overnight. But one conversation led to another. One study session became a routine. Months later, Ravi wasn't a different person. He was someone who had learned that asking for help is a sign of strength, not weakness. Sometimes healing begins with a single honest conversation. Depression lies. Depression often speaks in absolutes. Nobody cares. I'll never succeed. Nothing matters. Those thoughts can feel completely convincing, but feelings are not always facts. Story. A young designer lost her first job. She believed her career was over. She ignored interview invitations because she assumed she would fail again. Finally, a friend convinced her to apply for one position. She didn't get that job, but she received feedback. She improved her portfolio. She practiced interviews. Eventually, she found a role where she grew into a successful designer. The first job loss didn't define her future. Her decision to keep trying did. Success doesn't remove emotional pain. People often believe that money, fame, or achievement automatically create happiness. Real life is more complicated. Someone may have a successful career and still struggle emotionally. Someone with modest means may have deep peace because of supportive relationships and healthy habits. Self-worth cannot be measured by income or social status. That's why caring for your mental health matters just as much as working toward your goals. Healing happens in small steps. Movies often show transformation happening overnight. Real life doesn't. Healing is usually slow. It looks like getting out of bed, taking a shower, going for a 10-minute walk, answering one phone call, reading one page, preparing one healthy meal. These small actions may seem ordinary, but together they become powerful evidence that you are moving forward. Stop fighting alone. One of the biggest mistakes people make is believing they must solve every problem by themselves. Story. A young father lost his business. Ashamed, he avoided family gatherings. He convinced himself everyone would judge him. Months later, he finally spoke honestly with his brother. Instead of criticism, he found understanding. Together they created a plan to rebuild. Support didn't erase the pain, but it made the burden lighter. No one is meant to carry every struggle alone. Replace self-criticism with self-compassion. Imagine two students. Both fail an important exam. The first says, "I'm useless." The second says, "I failed this test, but I can prepare differently next time." Who has a better chance of improving? The second student. Self-compassion isn't making excuses. It's refusing to define yourself by one difficult moment. Speak to yourself the way you would encourage a close friend. Build a new identity. Many people identify themselves by their worst experience. I'm the person who failed. I'm the person who got rejected. I'm the person who lost everything. Instead, build a new identity. I'm someone who keeps learning. I'm someone who gets back up. I'm someone who grows through challenges. Your identity influences your actions. Your actions influence your future. Hope is a daily practice. Hope is not pretending life is easy. Hope is believing that tomorrow can be different from today. Hope says, "I don't have every answer, but I will take the next step." Every Summaries reminds us that darkness never lasts forever. Life has seasons. Hard seasons do not last forever. Daily habits to strengthen your mind. Start each morning by naming one thing you are grateful for. Move your body for at least 20 minutes. Limit time spent comparing yourself to others. Spend time with people who encourage you. Write down one small achievement each evening. Read something uplifting every day. If you're feeling overwhelmed, talk with someone you trust. If those feelings are persistent or severe, consider reaching out to a qualified mental health professional. You don't have to face everything alone. One day you'll look back and realize something. The strongest version of yourself wasn't created during easy times. It was created during the moments when giving up seemed easier than continuing. Every tear taught compassion. Every setback built resilience. Every difficult day proved that you were stronger than you believed. Your story is still being written. Don't let one painful chapter convince you that the book is over. Keep turning the pages. Because the next chapter may be the one. Don't let one painful chapter convince you that the book is over. Keep turning the pages. Because the next chapter may be the one that changes everything. Powerful quote. Your mind may tell you that you are finished, but your next brave step can begin a completely new chapter. Success doesn't begin with money. It doesn't begin with talent. It doesn't even begin with opportunity. According to Believe in Yourself, success begins the moment you decide to believe that your future can be different from your present. This book teaches that every successful person first wins the battle inside their own mind. Before the world believes in you, you must learn to believe in yourself. Self-belief is the foundation of confidence, courage, and consistent action. The book also reminds us that failure is not the opposite of success, it is part of the journey. Every setback carries a lesson. Instead of asking, "Why did this happen to me?" ask, "What can this teach me?" That simple shift in mindset transforms obstacles into opportunities for growth. Another powerful lesson is that discipline is more important than motivation. Motivation comes and goes, but discipline keeps you moving forward even when you don't feel like it. Reading a few pages every day, learning a new skill, exercising regularly, saving money, and improving yourself little by little may seem small, but these habits create extraordinary results over time. The book also encourages you to stop comparing your life with others. Everyone has a different journey, different challenges, and different timing. Your only competition is the person you were yesterday. Focus on becoming 1% better every day, and your future will look completely different in a few years. Success also depends on the people around you. Spend time with those who encourage your dreams, challenge you to improve, and inspire you to become a better person. A positive environment strengthens your confidence and helps you stay focused on your goals. Most importantly, the book teaches that action creates confidence. Don't wait until you feel ready. Start before you feel confident. Every small step you take builds experience, every experience builds confidence, and every confident action brings you closer to your dreams. Remember, Successful people are not fearless. They simply refuse to let fear stop them. They keep learning, keep improving, and keep moving forward despite difficulties. So believe in yourself, trust the process, stay consistent, and never give up. Your background does not decide your future. Your daily choices do. As the book reminds us, the moment you believe you can grow, you unlock the power to create a life far greater than you ever imagined. If this story touched your heart, remember this: believing in yourself isn't about being fearless or pretending life is always positive. It's about choosing not to let your hardest days define your entire future. If you enjoy emotional book summaries that combine practical life lessons, meaningful stories, and ideas you can apply every day, subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications. Every week, we'll explore books that can help you build confidence, resilience, wisdom, and purpose. Before you leave, take a moment to reflect. What is one small step you can take today to move toward the life you want? Share it in the comments. Your words might encourage someone else who needs hope today. And if you or someone you know has been feeling persistently hopeless, overwhelmed, or unable to cope, remember that seeking help from a trusted person or a mental health professional is a courageous step, not a sign of weakness. Thank you for watching. Keep learning, keep growing, and never stop believing that change is possible.